If you would have told me a year ago that this would be my life in Guyana today, I don't think I would have believed you. But living in Guyana the last year has really just blown my mind in better ways more than bad ways. And there's three lessons, top lessons I've learned. There's a few honorable mentions too that I will share. But if you're new here, I share all things living abroad, real, raw, unfiltered, and realistic. I also share things about Guyana, such as events and opportunities and so on and so forth. So if any of those things interest you, definitely make sure you are connected with me on this page. However, the first lesson that I learned is your mindset is truly everything. Honestly, like if you allow people's projections, the negativity, the things around you to limit you, guess what will happen? You will be limited. You will be limited. You have to force yourself sometimes, literally force yourself to think on the positive, to meditate on the positive, to think of what's true, what's lovely, what's pure, like to honestly think about those things no matter how much you might want to go down the slippery slope of negativity. Mindset is where it all starts. So get your mind right, okay? Do whatever you got to do to get your mind right. The second thing is take the leap of faith because fear is holding you back. You're masking fear under perfectionism. You're masking fear under being prepared. I moved abroad with a month and a half notice to basically get out of where I was in the US, or I would have had like this weird waiting period where I was just like renting short-term places and stuff, and I didn't want to do that. And I literally just went with it. I just jumped out there. I'm not saying don't prepare. Like, of course, crunch the numbers. I crunched the numbers. I did the things that any person with common sense will do. But stop talking about, oh, I'm preparing, I'm researching stuff. At this point, it's fear. Baby girl, baby boy, it's fear. Like you're masking it as being prepared. Just do it. You honestly don't know what you really need until you're in the midst of it. Like some things you just got to start crossing the bridge and then you realize like, okay, I need this, I need that. Move by faith, not by sight. And as you're making the move, doors will open. Some blessings are motion activated. You're sitting there waiting for it to fall in your lap. You got to walk forward. You got to keep going. The third major lesson I learned is that your efforts are not in vain. I'm a jack of many trades, or I should say a Jane of many trades. I'm a Jane of many trades. I'm a virtual assistant. I'm a content creator slash influencer. I have a boutique online and, starting in person. I do many different things. And so sometimes, and you guys know this, if you strive for anything in life, whether it's in your business, your career, whatever, you can feel like you're pounding the pavement and you're going nowhere. Like you're just spinning your wheels, you're taking 2 steps forward, 4 steps back. How come I'm not being noticed? How come it seems like these opportunities are not coming? How come it seems like I'm not getting the advancement? It seems like I'm hitting the glass ceiling. It could be discouraging sometimes when you're really giving it your best on a consistent basis. But I can testify to y'all that if you keep showing up, you will reap the reward. And y'all gonna see some of these rewards very soon. You're gonna see some of them very soon, very shortly. And others are still in the works, but you will reap what you sow. So keep showing up, keep being consistent. I know it sounds cliche, but you got to keep going and you have to eat, live, sleep, breathe this thing. Like it's gotta become your main focus. That means you're gonna have to sacrifice some things. I wasn't outside left and right last year. I knew that last year was my year to plant my feet in Guyana, get settled, catch myself. So I had to turn down a lot of event invitations. I wasn't out here trying to make an impression to nobody. I'm not here to impress nobody. I'm here to live in authenticity and to help you guys do the same, especially those of you who desire to live abroad. So keep showing up and it will pay off. It's just how it works. It's how it works. God will blow your mind, I'm telling you, but you can't fail unless you give up. That's the only way that you can fail. You might have to pivot. You might have to bend, but you won't break, but you will not fail. Some honorable mentions that the last year taught me. Your network is really your net worth. Like, really don't be afraid to get out there. I know sometimes you can be jaded from past relationships, business partnerships, friendships, whatever, but heal. You know what I mean? Like, don't allow yourself to get bitter. Don't allow yourself to get resentful. Just go out there and give it a shot. But use discernment, though. Take your head with you, okay? Use discernment. Another honorable mention is move in silence. You don't have to impress anybody. Like I had mentioned earlier, you're not here to impress anybody. Move in silence when necessary. I'm not saying keep everything silent, but know when to speak and use wisdom in that regard. And last but not least, have fun. Live your life. Be true to who you are. Your tribe will find you and they will vibe with you. Period. You don't have to switch up who you are. You don't have to be thirsty to get the attention of whoever or whatever. Like whatever is for you is for you. Nothing could take that. Period. So I'm glad that I hit a year mark. Let me know if you're living abroad, if you desire to live abroad. What are some lessons you're learning in your journey? Let me know if you have any questions, and click the link in my bio so you can attend my next webinar on January 28th.